Hi, Amber.
Hey, Dave.
How are you?
Great.
Good.
How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Really?
Yes.
You sound way too enthusiastic.
I am
Dave.
way too enthusiastic. It's the methamphetamine.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Where can I get some?
I think where you buy your broken down pickup truck. So I think is where you can get that.
Oh, well, where do you buy broken down pickup trucks? I've never owned a pickup truck.
Really? See, this is one of those, like, difference in experience things. Like, truthfully, I've only ever owned one pickup, but I feel like I've always got a broken down pickup laying around.
Yeah, I was like, you just, like, kind of look like the person that has, like, 3 pickup trucks.
Yeah,
But, like, not good pickup trucks.
No, God,
like,
no.
Really shitty
like,
pickup
in
trucks.
fact, like, I'm philosophically opposed to good trucks.
Right. I mean, why buy something super
Like,
nice? You're just gonna throw shit into.
Like the only real reasons I need to drive a truck is like when the weather's really terrible and I'm gonna drive it in a ditch,
right?
Or when I'm hauling garbage or firewood or like livestock
and
or
so
any of the other things.
And so why spend $40,000? I mean, I don't know how much trucks cost.
like a real like top end truck, $75,000.
Really?
It's fucking crazy. Like it's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, I'm not spending that. Well, you know, I did go to that one car show that one time in Detroit.
I'm super jealous.
Oh, I know. I don't even know what it was. What was it called? Detroit Auto Show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to
Detroit's
that.
the big one. Detroit's a good one.
Well, it was pretty. All things in there. The cars. I guess they were called cars.
Yes. Horseless carriages. Yes.
It was pretty much a, like, I don't know why I'm here situation. Like, I just kind of got roped into stuff.
And, like, you went to the Detroit Auto Show to look at car seats. Is that right?
Not to look at car seats. To measure the inside.
To measure cars.
To measure the inside of cars to get a design box basis for what's in there. It's related to my job. Yeah, we know.
But you didn't enjoy it nearly as thoroughly as I would have.
No, it was really wasted on me. Like, somebody else
should have sat in the driver's seat of some of those cars and made vroom vroom noises.
I did, though. I thought
there was like one you sat in.
I sat in a lot of cars.
Okay.
Like, and I sat in a truck.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, this is a big fucking truck.
Yeah.
Like, I could like live in this truck.
Yeah.
And like the stitching was cool. I remember looking at the stitching on the leather of the seats.
You
and, like,
you
the
said
branding.
that about my car, and that is just not an item that I would ever think to even pay attention to.
I really like contrast stitching. What can I say? I like details.
It's who you are. I like details. That isn't a detail.
I know when people look at cars, they're not going, I wonder how much gas mileage a stitching gets.
No, I don't care about the gas mileage. That's I mean, I guess I do. Part of the reason I bought that little car is for the gas mileage.
Right.
But like most cars, I in fact, gas mileage is almost like it's an inverse to how much I enjoy the car.
So when you look at a car, what is usually like your decision making?
In my mind, I've got this idea that like in the like gang of thieves that is our friends.
Right.
Like I really want to be the getaway driver, quite frankly.
Okay.
I want to be the wheels man.
Yeah, sure.
And I think to myself, like, I need a car for every scenario.
Okay.
Like, I need a hot rod that'll outrun the police.
Right, which you kind of have?
I used to.
Okay.
The Caddy was my hot rod. And that thing would legit outrun cops. Like, that thing's crazy.
Right. Fan self again. 2 episodes of fanning yourself. Peaches and cars.
Oh, yeah. For the record, it was a 2004 Cadillac CTSV. Beautiful car. Loved it. It was cursed by witches, and it had to move on.
Goddamn witches.
But then you want like the classy muscle car that like you can like impress people with, which isn't quite what I have, but I'm married to my 1985 Monte Carlo Super Sport. Nice, beautiful car. Love it. Awesome. But you also need like these utilitarian things, right? Like when you guys steal the actual bank vault, I need a truck to haul that off. So you really need like a 4x4 pickup, but you also need something that can like carry people, which is the Tauntaun, which is a 1997 Chevy Tahoe. We can all pile in there and like bomb out.
Right.
But I also feel like there's probably some places that like, so usually when I buy a car, I'm thinking like, I'm the wheelman for this gang of thieves.
Right.
What niche does this fill? That's not a normal car buying criteria.
No. But you love cars.
I really do like cars. Yeah.
So here's my next question.
Yes.
Would you give up all of your cars if you never had to make another decision for the rest of your life?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
No. I know because I don't like decisions generally.
Yeah.
And I don't like, and that decision fatigue sets in,
right.
where like I'm tired of making decisions all day, and then like the one last decision, like what do I want to wear to bed, just like crashes the whole system, and I end up sleeping out on the porch in my jeans.
Well, the reason why I brought this up,
was
because there's a YouTube show that I watch a lot of, and it's called Ross's Game Dungeon. I really love it. And I enjoy it. It's this guy who does reviews of like these really old or like obscure games. Usually they're like abandonware, so stuff that's never updated anymore, or like is shareware now or whatever.
But like these are like electronic computer games. Yeah,
for the most part, electronic computers. He does a lot. His favorite genre is like puzzle adventure games and stuff like that. But the reason I brought it up was because there was a game on there recently that he was reviewing that I looked at and I was like, oh my God, Dave would love this game.
Okay.
Potentially. I mean, it's not a great game. It wasn't like it was anything like magnificent, like game mechanics wise, but it was a cult simulator game.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yes.
Now, see, I say this, that I wouldn't give, like I'm tired of making decisions in life.
Right.
But I continue to make decisions largely because there's a lot of idiots in the world.
Right.
And if I don't make decisions, then they make them for me, and that's awful. Right. But like if there was someone that I could trust with all my decision making, like you, for example.
No.
If I could just say, Amber, make all my decisions, I don't care.
No.
It would work out. But see, you don't want that job.
I don't want that job. I want not to be any part of that job. Like, okay, if you're like, want my advice on something.
Yeah, sure.
Like, do I want the baked potato with brisket, or do I want this? And I'll tell you, get the baked potato with brisket, because you always get it and you always love it. Because I know that's what you actually want.
Right. Even though I'm flirting with the sweet potato fries.
Right.
Like,
no, you're not going to want that. You're
not where happiness
you're going
is.
to end up saying, I wish I had that baked potato with brisket.
You're right. You're right.
So,
but like in a cult situation, like I would probably join a cult.
I know. That's why I was like, Dave would actually, I could see Dave being entertained by this game, because I think the idea of cults fascinate you.
Yes, absolutely.
And,
absolutely.
We've talked about this.
Yes, I like. Obviously, a lot of cults like I don't know. Some cults end in disaster, and that's terrible, and we don't want that.
No.
Like the idea of a cult that like you can give yourself essentially to this larger idea or this larger person. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like that gives your life a meaning and a substance and like a freedom that you don't get in your normal life. And I totally understand the appeal of that.
Yeah, but that's why I brought the car situation too, because usually there's like a slant.
Yeah, right. You have to give up all your worldly possessions.
Because they want that for their own culty purposes of like, you know, you're making like jam now, but you need to give us money so we can keep this operation going, because it's giving you so much happiness.
And like that would be hard. Like I mean, like I would like to maybe set up a trust to at least like hold the money, because like I don't.
Dave, you don't think you can go full cult?
I think I can, but I gotta protect this one thing. There's like 3 things in the world that
it's like you're Arya Stark and you're like buried. You bury your
needle,
sword.
Yes,
you bury needle somewhere.
Yes, that's exactly
so you can come back.
Right, because I know at some point, like I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna be pissed because like some 14-year-old punk has got this car and he's like lowered it and put like spinner rims on there, and like I'm gonna just have to slit his throat.
Right.
And like,
oh my God.
Yes, that's not an exaggeration in any way, shape, or form.
So you're going in to get 10 years of peace, and then to come out and then have
to kill a 14-year-old.
Kill a 14-year-old to get your car back.
Right. And I mean, if we're just going to carry this analogy, I get to wear his face at that point. And that's pretty sweet.
That's
pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. I mean, it's a little pimply.
Why would you choose this?
I didn't choose this life, Amber. It chose me.
Dave, I hate this path that you've gone down. Like, you joined a cult, and now you're wearing a teenager's face. I think there's at some point, something kind of went real south.
Okay, let's talk let's talk for real about cults for a minute.
Okay.
Like,
bring it in.
I understand why people are attracted to that. The idea that like you can give up like your responsibilities and yourself and the really every ounce of stress in your life comes from like trying to manage your shit and like making your decisions and handle all your responsibilities. To just give that away is incredibly freeing and incredibly like attractive. I really, if the right cult leader comes along and they let me keep the car, Not like in the cult,
So all
but like
cult
I just want like a storage facility where I can just hold it for a while.
Yeah.
And like we'll see how the cult plays out.
All right. So any cult leaders out there who are looking for a new member,
yeah, I'm taking applications. I'm totally taking applications. Email us at owls@geekspective.com. And just kind of like your elevator pitch for your cult, what's going on. And we'll talk. Absolutely. I'm interested.
So another thing that's been going on in my life recently, talking about games and stuff.
Yeah.
I've started to notice like I'm getting these weird like one-off interactions with strangers. And I not like in a creepy weird way, but like
is there another way?
I guess they are pretty creepy and kind of strange.
Okay.
So I call them NPC interactions.
Okay.
It's so I've been noticing as I traverse through the world, like in places like stores or like just in a hotel or someplace, somebody will make a comment because they're trying to like bridge that gap. Like, you know, we're two people in a same space.
Okay.
But when they talk, it sounds like fucking dialogue from a fucking video game, like an action RPG.
Okay,
because you're familiar with RPG stuff.
Yeah.
Like you've played what? Like
I'm playing the original Baldur's Gate right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
So like exactly that.
Perfect
Perfect
yes,
example.
exactly. So let me give you some examples.
Yes.
So one of the first ones that I really started to become aware of it was when I was getting my hair cut.
Okay.
And so this lady was cutting my hair. And like, imagine like in a game scenario, you go in and you have to change your appearance for something.
Right.
And so you go to the beauty shop and you sit down and then there's like this animation.
I'm kind of into this game.
Okay. And so like there's this animation of like, you know, it's like a 3/4 view, top aerial view. And you're looking down and like your character's sitting in the seat looking at the mirror. And there's just another character behind you like making clipping noises and whatever. And so I had this lady who kept going, ooh, that looks good. And then snip, snip, snip.
Yeah.
And like just commenting, oh yeah, just a little bit off here. And it just felt like if you could just see me in this scenario, like if we're in a simulation game.
Are there sliders in this? Because I want to be able to control like how my hair gets changed.
Sure,
right?
Sure. It's like Animal Crossing. You can do that. You get to choose like how you're feeling.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Good. Okay.
But so like I'm imagining, as I'm sitting there, there's like a text box underneath of me.
Right.
And she's like doing ... Ooh, looks so good. Snip, snip, snip.
Yeah,
right. And so after my hair gets, so that was in itself a very NPC-ish interaction for me, right? So then what happens is there's a guy who like there's like usually like a sweeper person who sweeps up stuff like to sweep all the hair up off the floor, and so she's cutting my hair and my hair is curly,
right,
and it's longer, so I've got like chin length right now. When I got my hair cut, it was probably down a little bit past my shoulder.
Was it really that long?
Yeah, it was. I wore it back all the time. I never had my hair down, and so he's sweeping up the hair and he goes, oh, look at all those curls. She's got curls. Curls for girls. Curls for girls. And he's doing this as he's sweeping up. And I'm like, I've had the most bizarre.
That is bizarre.
Fucking haircut.
Like, what was the person sweeping? Were they like mentally like handicapped?
No, as far as I could tell, he was just like, it was like if Dave wasn't there, just like curls for girls and sweeping up stuff.
Like I do some weird shit at work sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I will fully grasp this, but yes, no. As another example of this, there's a person that comes into my work. It's like a public service kind of job. Comes into my work like periodically, not like every day or whatever, but like comes in, and when they leave, without fail, if we are super busy, if we are super slow, whatever's going on, as this person leaves, he says, "Well, don't work too hard."
Like a fucking NPC.
Like every time you interact with them, they give you the same speech.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Fuck. It's so weird to me. And so now, like, I have a list of these examples for you. So another one was I was at work, and there's two buildings where I work, and the development team's on one side, and then there's like the finance and human resources.
Do you guys ever have like gang wars?
I wish.
That'd be so sweet.
It's all right. So anyway, I'm in the bathroom, and there's a woman who's in there who I've never seen before in this side building. So I'm assuming she's either from upstairs, a different department, or she's from the other building. And I'm washing my hands, and I hate fucking talking in the bathroom. I don't like it at all. I don't know why people... Like, I'm washing my hands. I just got done pissing. I don't want to have a conversation with you.
Right.
And so I'm washing my hands, and she goes, whew, been walking around all these buildings. It really jostles the pee out of you. And I was like, the fuck? Don't talk to me.
At least that's like so far off. Like that's, to me, that's not even an NPC. Like that's a real person. Like you found a real person in the Matrix, because like what they said was just crazy.
Whatever. So that was that one. So then I was in Goodwill the other day, and I'm standing in the glasswares aisle, and there's another woman in there, and she's like holding these like mason jars, and she's like looking at them and whatever, and I'm the only one in the aisle as far as I can tell. And she just exclaims really loudly, enough that like I'm like 10 feet away from her, probably like 6 or 7 feet down the aisle from her, and she goes, I just want all these jars. They're all the same size. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Who are you talking to?
Who are you talking
Is this
to?
a quest marker? Like, am I supposed to do something right now?
You have to collect 12 jars and bring them to her. Yes.
She's like, I have to now give her these 12 jars. And she's like, thanks. And then she'll give me like a wadded up piece of gum.
And like 30 XP or something.
Yes. And then I go take the gum and I go outside and I find a kid who has a broken skateboard. And we put the wheel back on. And then I get a skateboard. And like this whole fucking adventure quest just like opens up in front of me. It's such a weird thing.
Have you ever taken the bait on one of these adventure quests?
No, I've not. Actually, which I should have, because there was a really good one. I've got one.
Okay.
So this past weekend, I was walking with a friend around campus in Bloomington.
Okay.
And a mailman came out, and we were looking at these like squirrels that were on the ground, right? And they were like really close to us. And so this mailman walks out, and he sees the squirrels, and he puts his post box down, and he pulls from his pocket some sort of food, right? We don't see what it is yet. And then he holds out the pretzel to the squirrel, and the squirrel comes up to him and takes the fucking pretzel out of his hand.
Okay.
And then he looks at us and he goes, if you're real gentle, they'll take it out of your hand. They really like the peanut butter that's in these pretzels. And he, like, I should have taken he's like offering us pretzels to feed the squirrel.
Oh, yeah,
and I fucking didn't do it.
You didn't do it because that was your quest marker, right?
Yes,
there.
it was my quest marker. I didn't do it. Instead, I just let the squirrels eat their pretzels.
Okay, this is going to be an ongoing thing in bringing Alice to Athens, is that we're going to identify these quest markers in real life and like bring them back.
My NPC interactions.
Because I don't have very many interactions. I'm going to be honest. Like when Pokemon Go came out, right? Like everybody was playing Pokemon Go. It was awesome.
Right.
Like my son super wanted to play it. We downloaded it. Like there's nothing. Like you're in a desert. There's not like at home. There's nothing. Like it's just until the horizon disappears. There's nothing, and so there's no NPCs. But I will try this. I will keep my ears open for this. We'll do this.
We go grocery shopping, or if you go to the gas station, or if we go out to lunch together. Like if we
should go to lunch.
Yeah, we should go to lunch together. Yeah. All right. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, so like another time I was in a grocery store and this woman goes, you look like a nice person. Would you mind helping me find mayo?
Oh gosh, it's such a quest marker.
I know, quest marker. And there was another time I was at a hotel and this man was we were both standing and waiting for the elevator, and he's in his pajamas and I'm wearing pajama shorts, and he just was like, it's not every day I go out in my pajamas like this. And I'm like, it's a hotel. Like, it's not unheard of. It's okay, man. It's these weird, it's just like these people trying to bridge.
Well, yeah, they
make this human connection or something. And it just comes off and being so entrenched in gaming.
Right.
It's hard not to read it as somebody wrote this dialogue and we're in a simulation right now. And this is just what you're supposed to say. So anywame, it's been pretty great.
It is pretty great.
So yeah, keep your eyes open for NPC
I will. I'll keep my eyes open for quest markers in the real world. And listeners, if you have come across any of these quest markers, please email us, owls@geekspective.com. Let us know what quests you've been presented with, and if you've taken that quest or not. Going on in my life, the other day, I let the dog out. He was gone for a long time. Came back. He was sick.
Well, those dogs are terrible. So
Right. Ended up throwing up all over the carpet in the middle of the night, of course, because.
This is taking a really somber tone.
No. This isn't somber. This is just foul. Is what all this is. Dog's fine. After he threw up, he was right as rain. Okay.
He got real serious. No, NPC interaction. Well, the other day.
Yeah, the dog got real sick.
Sick.
He just vomited and then he was okay because he's a big dog and he can hold a lot.
Yeah, he's like a greyhound, right?
No, he's a Weimaraner.
Oh, Weimaraner. Excuse me. Not greyhound.
And he's a big boy and he can eat a lot. And whatever he ate disagreed with him. I had to be into work early that day, and so I just didn't address it. But luckily, my loving wife actually cleaned that up, which was foul.
Yeah.
And her report As a disclaimer, if you're eating lunch right now, you might just pause because yeah. But as she cleaned it up, she noticed that there was a bone in there.
Okay.
And that whatever he had eaten some bone and not chewed it, and it was like he couldn't digest it.
Right.
But also there was some kind of fibers, like he had eaten some kind of blanket or stuffed animal or something. The next day he goes out. He's gone again. And when he comes back to the house, he's carrying the leg of a deer.
Okay.
Just
legit, just a leg.
Like
the whole leg from hip?
Not even up the hip, whatever the joint below the hip is, I think.
Okay.
But like it's mostly stripped down to the bone except for like the last little shank and the hoof.
Okay.
But he's just happy as shit that he's done this. So clearly the dog's not going to hunt a deer. Like he's not that capable.
This deer fell down.
This deer died somehow, and it's not even deer season.
Right.
So like I don't know. But like he found a dead deer like back behind the neighbor's house somewhere, and just devoured as much of this deer as he could. Yes, gross, and then made that exact sound. And it turns out the fibers that my wife had found in the dog vomit were actually fur from the deer. Yeah. And now he's so proud of his deer leg, and he's so happy, and he wants to bring it inside all the time.
You guys just let him have the deer leg?
No. But I don't know what. This is my conundrum. What do I do with the deer leg?
You put it in the trash can.
Are you kidding me?
Why not?
Like,
you put chicken bones in a trash can?
No, I do not put chicken bones in the trash can because the dog will open the trash can and eat the trash.
You mean like your actual trash outside trash? Like
I don't have outside trash because that's where the raccoons live outside.
Like you burn the deer leg?
Oh God! Oh God! No, that's disgusting.
Do you have an axe?
It's got hooves and like fur. And
do you have an axe?
I have lots of axes. Yeah.
Could you just chop up the deer leg
into bite-sized pieces for him?
I don't know. Then he can get rid of it.
How?
I mean, I guess he would just eat it and throw it up again.
Right. And my first thought was, I'm going to just throw this in the woods. But that's where he got it to begin with. Like
he'll just get it again.
He'll bring it back and he'll be even happier.
I know that
this is an extended game of fetch for the dog.
So Dave lives out in a rural area, and so I know you don't have like trash pickup, but you go to the dump.
Yes,
you go to a dump.
Yes.
So can't you just dump a deer leg at the dump?
I don't know
what you could.
I and that's not really a question.
Could you call them? And say,
is that a comfortable? Like, I feel uncomfortable.
I mean, I wouldn't. I would call.
Can you put body parts?
Do you want me to call?
Landfill?
I'll call the dump for you and be like, "Hey, look, my dog brought in this deer leg, and I can't just throw it in the woods because he's going to bring it back. Can I dispose of a deer leg? I mean, it's technically like a chicken bone."
It's not really.
Dave, I know the difference. I eat deer. I eat chicken.
No, I eat deer.
They
I
have
eat chicken.
Bones.
Right.
You throw
They're all
them away.
animals. But like.
Like how long are we talking?
Well, okay, because there's still joints in it, right?
Yeah, right.
So like when he picks it up, like it's all like wobbly and skeleton.
So it's like a 4 foot, like a 3 foot leg.
Probably 3 feet by the time it's extended. Yes.
Dump.
Like I mean, the thought that keeps coming back to me is bury it, but like
he'll dig it up.
He'll dig it up.
So what you do is you just wrap it in a shitty old sheet, put it in your trash, and throw it at the dump.
Okay.
I mean, what else are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Okay, so you could pretend like it's like a sad lost rabbit, and you could just put it in your car, and you could drive it like 10 miles away, and then dump it in another woods somewhere else.
Could you use this in your gang war against the development team?
Oh, I'm not gonna take deer body parts and put them in Janet's desk.
Really?
No.
Oh, you should.
Like not as like a threat. Like, watch out, Janet, coming for you.
Like if we had 2 more deer legs, we could make like a stool and use the hooves as the legs. Honey baby would be all over this.
Make a fucking. Maybe you should just save it for the rain of spring.
Like, but I need 2 more legs. Like, I clearly need 2 more legs.
Get on it.
All right, give me the rest of that deer, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you should just follow him into the woods and find the deer that he's going to, because there's probably still legs there.
I mean, I don't know.
You got axes. We've already established this.
Yeah.
So you could chop off the legs.
That's more of a hatchet problem, but yes.
You know what? Deer legs.
Right.
Any sharp implement.
You know,
penknife.
Not to go off topic here, but I've been talking with my son a lot about machete use lately.
Well.
And like he really like for some reason his mother again like encouraged him to use a machete.
Right.
And like I really had to put the brakes on that and be like, dude, machetes are super dangerous.
Right.
Like, and I didn't get into like guerrilla terrorists or anything,
right.
but like you can really hurt yourself with a machete.
Yeah, you can lop your own arm off.
Right. And I explained, like, if you're using an axe, like, if you miss, you're going to hit the ground. If you're using a machete,
you can swing.
You can cut your own fucking arm off or leg or whatever. Right. And, like, you really have to watch what you're doing. So we sharpened it.
Oh, yeah, and let him use it. So take him out to the woods. This will be a bonding father-son deal. You follow Sage into the woods. You
know who was really interested in the half-eaten venison carcass was my 5-year-old daughter.
Well,
she was super into, like, wanting to see it.
Well, maybe you have a future veterinarian / doctor on your hand.
Maybe, I mean...
Don't take her to see a deer carcass. So make this a father-son bonding experience with machete instead.
Machete.
And make... Warrior, the next Bear Grylls happen.
Right. Oh, yeah. He totally wants to be
Bear Grylls.
Yeah, if I could find 2 more deer legs.
Well, I'm saying follow Sage out there with your son and a machete and go glop off.
Son, we're going to go cut two legs off this deer.
And then we're going to make a fucking sweet-ass fucking table.
That would be a sweet-ass table.
For Rite of Spring.
That would be a sweet table. Not appropriate for anything, but as a sweet table. Is it time for Pellets of Wisdom?
Well, speaking of deer carcasses,
oh my gosh,
it's time for Pellets of Wisdom.
Oh, we've got a swagway.
We got a
swagway into Pellets of Wisdom here. Okay.
Oh boy. All right. Okay. Dear Owls, I've got a little bit of a problem I'm hoping you can help me out with. I'm the middle child in a family of 16 kids. I know that's a lot, haha, but the problem is that it's so many kids that my mama sometimes forgets my name. I know it's not her fault because there's so many of us, and to be honest, I don't always remember all of my cousins' names, so I kind of get it. But also, she's my mama, right? Doesn't that seem pretty shitty? Anyway, it makes me feel bad all the time when she calls me Samuel or Seth. Oh, also, my parents gave us all S names, so it makes it extra confusing. I don't want to make my mama sad or mad at me, but I also want her to remember my name. Can you give me some advice on how to help my mama learn my name, but like in a subtle way where she won't get sad or mad about it? Shane.
So how is this a segue from the deer carcass?
I mean, it's not really.
Okay.
Just the pellets.
Yeah.
Vomit.
No, I got you.
Okay.
Gotcha. Now I get the segue.
Okay, good.
Wow, 16 kids? Are you kidding me?
That's too many fucking kids.
Like, that's way too many kids. Like, her pelvis must be made out of rubber bands, man.
I don't even want to know. Yeah, like, he didn't even give an age. Like, how old are these? Like, how old was she? I
mean, like, 16 kids plus pregnancy. Like, she's got to be like 80, right?
I don't know. I can't do math.
Like, I can't either. But that's a lot of kids, and like
too many.
Like, I'd give up naming them too.
Right. Like, it'd be like it would start out with like Seth. Samuel. 1, 2,
yeah, like,
3,
and then just 4. Whatever. I don't care. Like,
right. So sorry about it, Seamus.
Look, Shadrach, I think the thing you got to remember is that, like, you've got to stand out to your mother. Clearly, your mother doesn't like you very much. Stand out. Do something nice for her, Sal. I mean, it isn't that big a deal. Like, be her favorite son or daughter, well, you're a son, but like, I assume somewhere in the 16 she's got some
boys.
Daughters. Is it all boys?
I don't know. I'm just assuming.
Wow.
That's some probability issues right there.
Yeah. Or like some missing genes.
It's like, no, there's probably a Samantha, at least, a Sally, Sarah,
Suzanne. Yeah.
Shauna.
Yeah.
God, I can't think of any more
That's
names.
That's all.
So we got 5.
Like, let's be honest, she didn't name all her kids. Seth here is lucky he's got a name.
Right. At all. I mean, you should actually be happy you even have a name.
Right.
So don't take that for granted.
Like, I imagine, like, by like kid 14, like, it's just a scribble on the birth certificate.
Well, see, the thing is, like, he's the middle child.
And then like the 14th child is named Scribble.
That's actually a really cool name.
That's actually not bad.
I really like the name Scribble. I wish my name was Scribble.
It could be.
Well, another thing you could do, I know that it said subtle, but you said to stand out. I mean, my first reaction is, one, how old are you? Because if you're like 17 or 18 years old, you can get a tattoo in the front of on your forehead.
Hey, yeah. And it would just say like Samson right across right on your forehead.
Sam in like Gothic font.
Yeah.
Oh,
shit. like that old English.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Like, what does it say, Sweet Samson? Because
sweet.
I guess
it would be like it's your sweet boy Samson.
Yeah, or like I mean, I don't know how big Swisher's forehead is here, but if he's got a big forehead, like you could like have a whole thing here,
right?
But if he's got
or just start getting wearing name tags, like it's your quirk. I mean, if you don't want to go the extreme route of getting a face tattoo, I know it's a lot to like commit to, but.
How big is this problem? It's big, right?
I mean, it sounds like he cares that his mom is not recognizing his real name.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Would you feel bad if your parents kept calling you the wrong name?
No, I mean, like, and I don't know why Sandy's so upset about it. Like, who cares? They're just parents. Like,
right.
Like, let's be honest. Sandy's old enough to have email.
Right.
Because that's how he sent us his question.
Right.
So, like, he's not that far from, like, joining the Marines and leaving home.
Correct. So, fuck him.
Live with it, man.
Live with it.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Own it.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what would be really good? If he just assumes the identity of his brothers that he gets called
Yeah.
anyway.
Let's be honest. Like, you know, the older brothers probably have their shit together.
I would hope. Yeah.
Those are the identities you want to steal. Mm-hmm. They probably got good credit and everything. Mm-hmm. Like, take their identity, then join the Marines. Live your best life.
Why even join the Marines at this point?
Because your parents don't love you.
That's what happens when you join the Marines?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I mean, no, I think you've got cause in it. You join the Marines because your parents don't love you. You don't join the Marines and then your parents stop loving you. But yeah, that's why Marines always get the mom tattoos, because like it's reminding them that their mother.
Well, instead of getting
them.
a mom tattoo, he really needs to get his own
name tattooed on in a heart on his arm.
Right. Scott.
I'm your good boy Scott in a heart.
Right.
Like with like the banner that like is rippling across the heart.
Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then on the other arm it would be I hate you, mom.
I like it.
I'm your good boy Scott. I hate you, mom. So I hope that helps. Let us know how that advice turns out for you.
No. First off, literally says she won't get sad or mad about it.
Yes, I mean,
I think we dodged it. I mean, she can't get sad that you love yourself by getting your own tattoo name,
right?
But your own name tattooed on you, because that's self-love,
right?
She might get mad about the I hate you, but you know what?
But by then you're in the Marines. Like you never have to go home again.
Very true. She never has to see. Just wear baseball tees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends on where you get it. Like if it's like upper arm, then you can just get away with regular t-shirts. Mm-hmm. It's your choice. It's your body, Sheldon. You can put that tattoo wherever you'd like.
I suggest the butt.
It would be easier to keep it from mom that way.
Yeah. Well,
you've been listening to Bringing Owls to Athens. Another great episode in the books.
Oh, and in the bag.
In the bag.
In the
owl bag.
The velour.
Oh, Crown
Crush,
Royal.
Yes, yeah. Gold drawstring bag.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
Yeah.
We good?
It's pretty great.
I think we're doing a great job, Dave.
You know what? There's no one here to tell us otherwise.
It's like a butt tattoo of your own name.
Right.
It only matters to you and to us, and so this is important to us.
It is.
So nobody else matters.
Nobody else matters. It's
Speaking
just
of
us.
everybody else, and nobody else matters. So if you like this podcast. If you've been liking what you've been hearing and wanna support the shit show that Dave and I are performing for y'all, you could support us by going to Patreon /Geekspective and become a patron. Get some sweet outtakes, because even though we said that this podcast is basically all outtakes just put together, there's still other outtakes.
There's other outtakes. Yeah, there's always which is like the tippy top outtakes. It's the outtakes of the outtakes, which is like, that's the
cream of the cream of the cream of the crop.
Right.
Damn.
You just don't even get those kind of outtakes
anywhere else. No. It's the best outtakes.
You could also just tell your friends about Bringing Owls to Athens.
Right.
And spread the word. You could leave a review on
iTunes or whatever other fucking podcast thing.
Yeah, man, there's lots of stuff. So like however you're listening to us, please leave us a review. Unless you're planning on leaving us a terrible review, and then
just
keep your shit to yourself.
Yeah, we
please.
don't want to know it.
Yeah. How else can people help if they like what we're doing?
Well, you could also check out our other podcasts too, which are on the Geekspective Network.
My gosh.
Oh my God.
Could you tell me about those other podcasts?
Sure. So far they're mostly actual play. So I know this is a talk show, but we also do gaming podcasts where Dave and I play in a game called Tales from Moxbury.
Yeah.
Where we're playing the system Blades in the Dark. It's basically like Fantasy Ocean 11, and I'm playing a goblin who's married to Dave.
Who's a half-elf who doesn't really know he's married yet.
And then there's a podcast that I do called Shapeshift, which is me running games. I'm just recently started GMing for the first time. So a lot of it's one-shots, a lot of different systems. But right now I'm starting to do an actual campaign and trying to get into longer format stuff. We also like hearing from people. So if you want to reach out to us, you can do so on Twitter at Geekspective is basically our network Twitter account. Dave does not exist on the internet.
No, absolutely
He's not allowed.
Nope.
Absolutely not. Not after the last time. But you can find me on the internet at Rocket Orca. That's on Twitter. And then also Shapeshift Cast, which is my podcast newsfeed Twitter thing. So,
and can I just say I'm proud of you putting yourself out there through Shapeshift and the personal growth you've gone through as part of that. Can I just say that?
I mean, you can say whatever you want to say.
Good. But it is meaningless to you. Is that right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Your opinion really doesn't matter to me.
Good.
I don't do it for you, Dave.
Makes me feel warm. You know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
If you have a burning question
or sensation.
Well, I don't care about their sensations.
Well, I think those are good questions.
Okay. I mean, they could be.
We haven't revisited our medical advice.
Well, I know,
in a
that's
while.
right, Dave. So
if you have burning during urination or other rashes or other skin irritations, please.
Don't send us pictures.
No, we don't want pictures. That's
just describe in words
what's
going on with you. Mm-hmm. Dave is a doctor, and he'll be able to really help you figure out
thorough and accurate diagnosis.
Yes, he's very good. I go to him for all of my medical needs. He is my first opinion doctor. Okay.
Where do our poor, haggard masses send these questions and maladies?
Well, currently we only have one place they can do that.
Good.
It's email.
Yes.
It's owls.
Owls.
Like hoo-hoo owls.
Yep.
Like who we are. Yeah, Dave, tell me how you spell owls.
OWLS.
At geekspective.com. So in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
You cool kids better be prepared.
Yep. We'll see you right back here in 2 weeks.
Cool kids only.
Cool kids only. Tell the nerds to stay away.
I like nerds.
I do too.
Damn it. Could be for everybody, Dave.
Like, I know, not everybody. Like, we can include the nerds and the cool kids. I don't know. Can we leave out the 14-year-old punks?
The ones that stole your Monte Carlo?
That legally bought my Monte Carlo and then put spinner rims on it. Yes. Like, I don't want that guy, kid.
Okay, we don't have to have him.
I bet his name's like Trevor.
No, it's probably Shane. All right. See you then. Bye, suckers.